actually, anyway, so it's...
Yeah. Does the engine kick over? You tried it? Is it seized? Yeah, it's seized. What I'll do with that is you take the spark plug out and soak some diesel in it. Ooh, that's my bedtime reading these days. And one of the first serious jobs to be done with this bike is unseizing it. The actual kickstart won't move. David and Sean said, I was originally going to be picking this bike up last year, and they said that they were pretty sure it wasn't seized then. So for some reason in the meantime the engine has seized. So I've tried gently kicking it, not getting anywhere. I can put it in gear. I can put it in gear and gently rock it backwards and forwards. I don't know if you can see the back wheel's just skidding. So that hasn't worked. So next stage. So what I did next was the old PlusGas trick, which is remove the spark plug and fill the top of the cylinder with PlusGas and leave it for a few days to soak in. Maybe you can see that. So I filled that up through the cylinder head a couple of days ago actually, just put a bit more in and leave it to soak. If it doesn't kick free then I may have to remove the cylinder head. I'll probably do that anyway. I've soaked the bolts in WD-40 so they should come undone. They don't look too bad actually. I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't have to do that because, as I say, a year ago it was kicking over, so the spark plug was a bit loose. I wonder whether some moisture's got in there or condensation, and the rings have just gummed up. But I think what we'll do next, or what I'll try to do next, is remove the points cover and see if I can get a ratchet gently on the crankshaft and see if it will move then, like that. So that's our next job. Remove this. I think the points are in there, I seem to remember. It's a long time ago. Ooh, everything's rusty, look. And everything's seized solid. Yeah, he put the back brake on, it's never going to come off again. That was a mistake. It's actually cleaned up a bit better than I was expecting. There's quite a lot of surface rust, but nothing that you couldn't rattle can, or rust kill and then rattle can. So I don't really, I mean I could, you can buy every part online, I could completely change the lot, but then, you know, as Sean kept saying at the weekend, he's quite right, it becomes a bit of Trigger's broom.
This old broom has had 17 new heads and 14 new handles in its time.
May as well just have bought the bike in bits and assembled it, so we'll try and, I'm going to try and use as much as I can.
How the hell can it be the same bloody broom?
And here we are. Right, get that cover off, see if we can get a socket on it, take the plug out so that there's no compression in there. Maybe it will free off. Fingers crossed. Incidentally, I do buy these gloves, which are muck-off gloves. I buy them with my own money, I'm not sponsored. There's plenty of others make out there. But I always forget to put them on, being a bit old school, till it's too late. But they are very good. When I worked in a garage, I don't remember the mechanics in the 80s wearing anything. But, we used Swarfiga every day. There we go. Right tool for the job. So let's undo that. Wonder what we'll find in here. Come on, come in. Oh, that looks quite good actually. So I'm hoping I can put a little bit of force on that. I don't know if it's a left or right handed thread though, I don't want to undo it. Just to rock point knee cleaning. Rock that piston free in there. It's been soaking for 2 days, so maybe, let's see what happens. I'm quite ashamed to say that when I had this bike, I didn't care about it in the slightest. What money I had, I spent on my off-road bikes that I used to ride around the fields, and spent all my money on those. This thing was just for going to work on. That's a 1/2 inch. It's actually a 1/2 inch spanner, so that must be 13mm. Yeah, it's not giving at all. So, yeah, I don't know if that's a 1/2 inch, but 13mm seems a bit loose. Of course, I don't particularly want to loosen this nut. Well, I don't know if it's a left or right-handed thread. There doesn't seem to be anything holding it. I'm guessing that's the end of the crankshaft. So just tap it a little bit. Oh, I think the crank's moving. Yep, we've got our first ejaculate to come out of the top, look. So it's just freed off a tiny bit. That's good. It squirted PlusGas out of the top. Try and capture that on video. Just being gentle with it. Don't want to damage that nut, that bolt. You ready? Let's see. Yep, we have movement. Okay, there was a lot of PlusGas in there, as you can see. Let's go back the other way. Okay, so I think that is unseized. It's still tight, but obviously anti-clockwise is taking the piston down. If we go too far, it'll all pour out through the exhaust port, I'm guessing. So let's see, just go backwards and forwards for a little while after that. But if David and Sean are right, it's actually just been a few months of it being stuck. You can see bushes there on the commutator. There's the point. Right, I wonder if I can get it to turn over. Yep, I think that's done it. Feels quite smooth. There's a little bit of a tight spot, but it's freeing off. Let's see now if it will kick over for the first time by me. I gave this bike to Sean in 1990, so 31 years since I last kicked this bike. Will it kick? Oh, it does. Feels quite good. Right, so that's unseized. That's a brilliant job. Okay, so I now need to get a battery and clean the points and see if I can get a spark. I haven't actually got a battery for this, and they seem to be difficult to get now. I think you can buy the battery but not the acid, so that'll be a few days, I don't doubt. But as far as I'm concerned, that's progress. Right, I'll have to leave it at that for now then, because although the engine's unseized, I don't have a battery. So I'll wait till I get a battery and get back to you. Codger Biker is out.